3. Idioms can enhance impact. When used appropriately, idioms emphasize important points and add depth to your message. So, for example, if you're in a car and someone's bugging you, he's getting on your nerves, you could say, "The man got very annoyed by his computer and the noise in the office." That doesn't really say much about what it's like to be annoyed. What about this? "The man's broken computer and the ringing phone drove him up the wall." That means it slowly made him angrier and angrier, like you're crawling up the wall to try to get away. Finally, he blew a fuse, pop, and totally lost it. Ah! Then, he went ballistic and started smashing his computer. He went ballistic? A ballistic missile, that's a really big missile that has a big explosion. So now we really understand how that character felt. Wow. So those are just some of the reasons why a writer might choose to use idioms. But before we do that, we need to build a library of idioms in our brain. But how do we learn so many idioms? I mean, we could just memorize them, I guess. But no one ever sat down and memorized a book of 25,000 idioms. If we can't figure out idioms from the meaning of the words, though, how do we know what they mean? Well, the first way is one you probably already know. You can look them up in an idiom dictionary, or you can ask somebody. There are many idiom dictionaries and online dictionaries that you can use. For example, let's look up an idiom right now. Okay, so here's one of many idiom dictionaries you can find online or in a bookstore. And let's look up this one from chapter 13. She's talking to Matthew, 19 to the dozen. 19 is 19 and a dozen is 12, so what does that even mean? Let's search for that. 19 to the dozen. 19 to the dozen. Very rapidly, hurriedly, or energetically. Ah, see? So Anne was speaking 19 to the dozen, said Marilla. Very quickly, not stopping. Bah, 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 bah. But you can't really look up every single idiom in the world. Native speaker, I didn't look up every single idiom in a dictionary, but I know most of them. How do I know them? By lots of reading and lots of guessing. Number 2, we can make a guess based on what we read and the things we already know. Oh, that's called making an inference. Sometimes you can figure idioms out by connecting them with prior knowledge. So let's look at a very common idiom. It cost me an